here's my list of top 10 console games. All these games are from next-gen consoles. I just figured I wouldn't include the older ones. It might go in a little too deep with that. So, here they are. Number 10. Assassin's Creed. This game was one of the most hyped games on the next-gen consoles. For how much hype it had, it was quite a bit of a disappointment. The gameplay was extremely repetitive. The graphics were amazing, though. And the fact that once you beat it, it was pretty much done. You can sell it. There's no point to keep it. I mean, you can go back through it and get all the flags and stuff, but there's no point to it. So, Assassin's Creed earned number 10. And here's number 9, Motorstorm. This game was exclusive to PS3. I got it with my PS3, so technically it was free. It's a racing game where you can use all different kinds of vehicles. Made it very fun how realistic the wrecks were. The slow motion wrecks were quite entertaining to watch. And it ensured hours and hours of fun gameplay, especially with the online. This is definitely a great game, earning a number 9 on my list. Number 8. Super Smash Bros. Brawl. This game is for the Wii, and this was very anticipated after the success of Super Smash Bros. Melee. I gotta say it was a disappointment for me. It should have been higher on my list, but it was still a great game nonetheless, with the new characters and the stage editor. I never got to play it online, but it seems like it would be a good idea to try that. So this gets number 8. Number 7, my favorite number, FIFA 08. I got this game right before FIFA, like a couple months before FIFA 09 came out, actually. I played it non-stop. It was pretty fun. Great improvement over FIFA 07, like, just the gameplay. The graphics were okay. They weren't great, though. The multiplayer, when you went online, had tons of glitches, so that made it not as fun, took away a lot. But it was still a great game, and of course, it's a soccer game. Makes it amazing. So that earns number 7 on my countdown. Number 6. Burnout Paradise. This game I didn't expect much of, but it turned out to be very fun. The freeform type of the game, how you could go anywhere, do anything you want. I didn't actually get very far in the story because I was just messing around most of the time. Made it extremely fun, and hours of gameplay. Multiplayer, I'm sure, would make it even more fun. I never played it online, but it seems like a great game. Earning spot at number 6. Number 5. Grand Theft Auto 4. This game I got for $25 used, and so obviously I wasn't expecting too much from it. It actually ended up being quite a fun game. The story mode gets extremely repetitive, not very fun. Just the fact that you can go anywhere, do anything you want, is extremely fun. Of course, using cheats, you can do basically anything you want, and just all around, it's an extremely fun game. Coming in at number 5. Number 4. Far Cry 2, another very anticipated game for the next-gen consoles. First debut on consoles, I think, for Far Cry. Not sure. I think Instincts might have been for Xbox. But it was indeed very, very, very fun to play. The online was fun. The map editor, which allows you to play online on your own maps, is extremely enjoyable. The story mode didn't have much to it, which makes it lower on my list from these other ones. So it comes at number 4. Number 3. FIFA 09. What can I say? This game is just great. The graphics are pretty much perfect. They look amazing. The gameplay with now the physical brutality against other players and stuff, great, makes the game extremely realistic. The actual difficulty can get very hard compared to the other games like FIFA 08. I could score 20 points in a game in professional level, no problem. And this one is quite harder. So this game comes in at number 3. Number 2. Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare. Yes, this game won tons of awards whenever it came out, and I got it immediately for PS3. Played it for quite a long time. The story mode was great. I loved the story. It was perfect. The multiplayer was okay, not as good as it was expected to be, for me at least. And it had definitely a lot of longevity to it, because you could play the story mode over and over again in harder difficulties, and it just got pretty much impossible. So, Call of Duty 4 is my number 2 pick. Quickly here before I announce number 1, 6 games that just didn't make it onto the list. Halo 3, Blazing Angels, Mirror's Edge, Need for Speed Pro Street, Uncharted Drake's Fortune, and Wii Sports. These were all great games. Not as great as the ones on the list though, so they just did not make them on. Number 1, Call of Duty World at War. This game, I didn't actually expect much from, because I heard only bad reviews on it. I don't know how it got so many bad reviews. It is absolutely the best game I have ever played. I only got it a couple of days ago, but with my new Xbox 360, it was so fun. The German side of the story, the Russian side of the story, facing the Germans, is very interesting. You're Dmitri, and you survive pretty much everything. It gets extremely intense fighting the Germans, way more intense than any of the other games have in Call of Duty. In the Pacific, you play as Private Miller, and it gets just as intense against the fanatically defensive Japanese, who take their defensive positions very aggressively. For the first time in a Call of Duty game, your enemies actually charge at you. It definitely adds a new depth to the game. There's all kind of new weapons, and of course, it just ties up a lot of loose ends for the World War II era of Call of Duty. A lot of people say they shouldn't have went back to this era, but it's a completely different time frame. It's the end of the war, and none of the other games have covered that yet. This game is great. The Call of Duty Online, or the co-op online, for the campaign mode is super fun. Tons of hours of gameplay. They also added this zombie thing to the end, which I haven't gotten a good chance to try it. I played it a couple times. Only got to round 8. It gets pretty intense, and I think it has a lot of potential. Also, multiplayer on it is a lot funner than Call of Duty 4. It's just well-rounded and very fun. And you don't take forever to rank up like you used to. I think the ranking up system's a little bit faster, which is nice. So, Call of Duty World at War is absolutely my favorite game. So thank you for watching my list, and I know not all of you will agree, but I hope you still enjoyed watching it anyway. Go ahead and leave your opinion on the bottom. I have a question for you. What are your top favorite games? Just put them down there. This should get rid of all those "you suck, you're horrible" comments. So please, just be nice about your comments. And be sure to keep an eye out. I'm going to be making plenty more top 10 lists. I think I found my thing.